I'm Chad Yarvitz, president and founder of Xplicit Fitness San Diego and master instructor with Matrix Fitness worldwide. Today's video is about functional, fundamental training of boxing instruction in a small group setting. We're going to teach entry to experienced level trainers how to implement the basics of boxing in a group setting, keeping the energy high, keeping the pace fast, and implementing this amazing workout, the world's first sport, putting it into their program with confidence. One of the things we're going to work on today of 4 is going to be understanding the fundamentals, how you can apply that as a trainer to your group and implement those boxing skills, teaching everybody how to throw some punches. Number 2 is going to be how to instruct that group. Cueing, eye contact, making sure to pay attention to the entire room so everybody's engaged, everybody feels like they're getting a phenomenal workout. Also, we're going to work on some complementary exercises to go along with your boxing protocol while maintaining gloves on to keep the fast-paced, high-energy atmosphere that we want during your boxing program. Lastly, we're going to put it all together. We're going to implement some other modalities in fitness such as Tabata high-intensity interval training and some anaerobic threshold training that mimics a 2 and 3 minute boxing round in order to get you to the next level, get your clients to the next level so they feel like they're training like a true professional athlete. So what I've got here is my group of friends, trainers, and fitness athletes that are going to be here demonstrating this with me. They are the trainers. So you can see that from your perspective how you're going to be training your clients. These guys are a little bit more skilled, a little bit more advanced. They're going to pick it up probably a little quicker than your clients will. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to take baby steps with everybody as you go. So what I'd like all you guys to do is kind of get into your boxing stance, facing the mirror. Having a mirror in front of you is clutch. If you don't have one, you can still work with it, but putting that visual to the physical is going to make a big difference with your clients picking up the skills quicker. Number 1, what I want you guys to work on is your stance, okay? Facing that mirror. If you're right-handed, your right leg's in the back. If you're left-handed, your left leg is in the back. What we want to do is make sure to face that mirror and have a bit of a staggered stance. So when you look in the mirror, you can see your back foot clearly, you can see your front foot clearly. If one of them is right in front of the other, you're not staggered, you're going to lose stability one direction or another. So make sure you're a little staggered, okay? Stance is number 1. Number 2 is going to be hand placement. I want your guys' hands up by your chin. Chin tucked, elbows in, tight to the ribs. Your front elbow is the only thing between you and your opponent, so we want to make sure that you're keeping that guard. Don't expose your body or your kidney to your opponent. Okay, from there, we've got head placement, chin down, eyes looking forward. We've got our basic movements. Here's how easy it is. When you step forward, you take a step with the front foot and then you drag the back foot up. That's called your correction step. When you step back, lead with the back foot and correct with the front. When you step to the left, lead with your left foot, correct with the right. And when you step right, lead with the right and correct with the left. This is as complicated as your footwork is ever going to get, you guys. You want to keep it basic, keep it simple, just like that. So now what I'm going to have my athletes do is move around the floor a little bit with proper hand placement, proper footwork. Then we're going to get into the basic punches and combinations. All of that is going to happen before I teach you how to cue your clients, how to pay attention to your group the right way, and how to make sure everybody's getting the type of energy and attention that they need to have a phenomenal class. So everybody get into your boxing stance for me. Remember the basics. We want the staggered stance. You want the hands up. Your front elbow is the thing that's between you and your opponent. You don't want to be square. Your chin is down, your hands are tucked. You're looking through your eyebrows the whole time as if you're mad dogging your opponent. This is going to decrease the target area to your opponent. If you're standing with proper posture, like we've learned through our fitness years, you're going to be here with a large target zone. As soon as you crouch over, you're shrinking that target zone, and that's what I want. So now, let me see all of you take a few steps, okay? We're going to start by taking a step forward in our stance, correction step with the back foot, take a step back, take a step to the left, take a step to the right. That's as simple and as difficult as it's going to be for you today, okay? Our first punch is our jab. This is the most fundamental punch in boxing. You're going to use it 3 times more than any other punch. I want to see you step forward with your left, and if you're a southpaw, you step forward with your right. It's front foot, front hand working together. Let me see you time those together. Step in with the punch. That's it. Step in with the foot. Everything works together. As that foot lands on the floor, your hand is also extending out to your opponent. You want that timing to be the same. We got to work on your breathing as well. Exhale with the punch. Inhale as you bring it back. Excellent. Now we're working on not committing too much weight into that punch, just a little bit. It's as if you're testing the water in a jacuzzi. I want you to sink that weight on the back foot, touch that front foot forward without a full body weight commitment. Excellent. There's your jab. We can do the jab moving forward, backward, side to side. For this purpose, we're just gonna do it in place just to get the hang of it. Your cross is your next punch and it's your first power punch. The good old 1-2 is coming after that. What I want you to do is rotate that back foot, pivot into the punch, and bring it right back to your chin. All of that movement starts on that back hip, that back foot, moves through the hip into the shoulder. You wanna throw that punch like you're throwing a dart. As soon as the elbow travels out, we're taking away from that linear force. We wanna go A to B. We don't wanna go A, B to C. For one, your opponent's eye is gonna pick it up. That depth perception is gonna allow them time to react and get away from the punch. And two, you're taking force away from the direction that you want it to go. Exactly, you guys. Exhale with that punch. Make sure your weight stays in the center. That's it. Now let's put those two together. Your first combination, that's gonna be a 1-2. I wanna see you step with your front foot and extend the front hand. Then we're gonna pivot and throw the cross. 1-2, okay? Put those two together. Step with the front, pivot with the second. Good. We're exhaling on both punches. Just like that. Good. As you see, we're moving through these fundamentals quickly, getting our class to get the hang of everything. They don't want to commit their weight over the toe and the front foot. It's a 50-50 balance distribution. Whatever hand is not being thrown, you guys, that other hand should be tight to the chin, protecting your face. Ribs are protected by the elbow. Excellent. Good. Now, we're gonna throw a 1-2-3-4 combo. This punch is gonna allow you to be mobile, move around your opponent, move around the bags. You don't want your feet stuck in cement. It's gonna go like this. You implement that jab, first punch, first step. You implement the cross. This time it's a step and not a twist. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me see y'all try and get that. 1, 2, 1, 2. Exactly. Front hand, front foot work together. Back hand and back foot work together. If you're having trouble with this, which your clients might, start with the feet, separate the upper and the lower body. Start down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomping the legs. Then we try and incorporate the hands to match that rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step and punch, hands and feet together. Good. Now what you'll notice is the way that I'm cueing my clientele here, cueing my trainers. You guys go ahead and keep working on those punches. Take a little bit of the breathing out. I'm cueing my trainers to do this properly, paying attention to the entire group. Even better is if you know your clients by name and you can single them out and tell them how good of a job they're doing, or productive criticism. If you can give your clients productive criticism, that's gonna keep them engaged, keep them wanting to do more during your class. Good. Keep going with that. A few more, you guys. Good. Now I'd like to move around this class, cueing them on everything that I'd like to do. Good. Throw that 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly. Keep that elbow tight to the ribs. Keep that elbow tight to the ribs. Just like that. Good, Kate. We want to throw those punches straight down the middle, making sure that your elbows don't flare out. Keeping that weight right in the center. Good, Marielle. You've got it. You've got it. Rotating that hand over as you punch is perfect. That rotation is going to give you more force and more power in your punches. You guys are looking good. That's it, Cody. Let's see the step a little bit more than the rotation. So I'll take that rotation out, step, 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 keeping your body right in one spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's excellent. Good. A couple things we want to address is your confidence and also creating analogies for your clientele so they can relate to the sport that you're trying to teach them. You're a beginner boxing instructor. You're not going to know as much as a professional athlete. However, as long as you project confidence and you know the basics of what you're doing, your clients are going to believe that you know everything. So it's all about the way you project your voice and the way you hold yourself. Carry yourself with confidence, hold your chest up. Proper posture is going to let your clients know that you're the boss. Also analogies, okay? Nobody here has boxed. For the most part, none of your clients have ever boxed or done any kind of martial arts. So if you can relate their movements to dancing, tennis, any other kind of sport that involves hip rotation, hand and foot coordination, they're gonna be able to relate to you a lot better. One of the first things I ask a new client, have you ever played any sports? If the answer is yes, I ask which one. Almost every sport on the planet involves rotation, and that's going to relate to boxing in some way because most of your movements in boxing involve rotation as well. If they've danced, if they've done tennis, anything that involves the hand and foot coordination, we can relate to that as well. Dancers have great footwork because they have to focus on their feet. Doesn't really matter what walk of life your client's coming from, you can relate the movements in boxing to what they've done in the past. That's instantly going to boost their confidence and allow them to break those barriers down and start doing the fundamentals with confidence with you. So just wrapping up section 2 on how to teach this fundamental boxing stuff, moving from the mirror into the bag work, there's not a whole lot of things that are going to change. Your client should have hand wraps on, nice set of gloves on, Make sure there's a tight fist when you're striking the bag. Your punches should be landing at about 95% extension. So right before the arm locks out, you have to be careful of hyperextension. The footwork remains the same. The punches that are being delivered remain the same. Just make sure that they're striking that bag safely and easily before they start developing their power. What we're going to work on next is complementary exercises that can go along with your boxing program. I've got half of my students here on the bags. The other half of my students are going to be working here on the floor. We can work this in a large circuit. You can have everybody on the bag or half and half. All right, you guys, we're going to demonstrate a few of the complementary exercises that can go along with your boxing. As you notice, half of my group is working the fundamentals on the bags. The other half of my group is going to do some complementary stuff that they can maintain gloves on to keep the fast-paced, high-energy atmosphere that you want with your boxing class. First one's going to be a burpee variation. We've got standard burpees. They're going to go down onto their gloves, kick their legs out, then they're going to stand back up into a standard burpee with a hop at the top. You can always add a push-up to it. And those of your clients that are a little bit more advanced, a little more developed, they can add a squat jump at the top. You can even add a variance and put a squat jump with a knee tuck. You can always progress and regress the exercises based on your athletic ability and the level of conditioning of your clients in the class. Next, what we're going to work on is our plank variations. What I want you guys to do is get down into plank position, very simple, gloves to the floor. Maintaining gloves on all the time keeps this easy, quick transitions. Go into a side plank for me. They can rotate up into one side, have one arm to the ceiling. Be careful of your clients that have shoulder instability issues. They can always go down to the elbow to make it a little bit easier. I'll roll to the other side for me. And then there's also a reverse plank. Very good exercise that can be done with gloves on. For your clients that have limited range of motion, we got to be careful with this one. Reverse plank on the gloves, hips up, weight on the heels. Next, you guys come on up to your feet. We're going to do a couple jumping jack variations. Regular standard jumping jack, we all know how to do that. Gloves are on, adds a little bit of weight, a little bit of extra resistance. We also have split jack. So why don't you guys show us a standard jumping jack and then move that into a split jack. Arms in front, scissor in the legs. There's lots of different jumping jack variations that you can add to your programming as well. Let's get down into the mountain climber position. Another complementary exercise. Standard mountain climbers, just running your legs. Go ahead and do that for me, class. We also have double mountain climbers, bringing both legs up to the right, back to the center, both legs up to the left, back to the center. These are just a few examples of complementary exercises that can be done during your boxing circuit without having to take your gloves off. This is going to keep the energy high, the pace fast, and you're going to keep people sweating and breathing hard just like they should in any boxing round. All right, you guys, last thing we're going to cover today, section 4, is putting it all together and implementing different training modalities to enhance your program, keep things fresh, and stay on the cutting edge of your training program. One of them is Tabata. We all know what that is. If you don't know what it is, it's a 20-second work, 10-second rest ratio. Higher intensity training, moves fast. You can do rounds of up to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. You can take the rounds down to a minute, however you want to implement that with your program. We also have Sprint 8. That's a maximal intensity sprint program. It's going to take your clients a bit of time to build up to be able to do that, so you may not want to do it with a beginner class, but that's a 30-second work, 90-second rest ratio, and it's maximal sprint intensity. Everybody's going to be hurting. We also have anaerobic threshold training, which is more going to mimic a standard boxing round. You set the round timer to 2 or 3 minutes with 30-second to 1-minute rest. You can do that in a circuit. You can do it all in the bags. You can do it with your complementary exercises. But those are just a few examples of how diverse your boxing protocol can be when you're trying to teach a large group or a small group of athletes. So now we're going to put this all together. I'm going to show you in real time how to instruct your clients and keep everybody engaged while practicing those cueing exercises and making the class fun and exciting. So everybody, I want you to get into that stance. If you're right-handed, your right leg's in the back. If you're left-handed, your left leg's in the back. We're taking everything we worked on in front of that mirror and we're going to apply it here to the bags. Make sure your hand's up by your chin. Your stance is staggered, your abs are tight, and your chin is down. I want you to work on that first punch. That first punch is going to be that jab. Everybody start throwing your jab. I want you to exhale as you punch. Good. Exactly. Not too much power. Make sure your elbow stays tight there, Francis. It's as if you're standing in a narrow hallway. It's like you're throwing a dart. Good. Good. You hear that breathing? You want to hear that S noise like a snake. That means everybody's expelling air under pressure. Next punch is going to be that cross. Everybody, I want you to throw your cross, that punch from the backside. Remember, this is a twisting punch. This is a power punch. So we're using the hip. You're turning that back foot as if you're squashing a bug underneath you. Exactly. Keep the foot firm on the ground. Try not to let the ankle tweak out too much. Just a little spin. Pivot it like you're squashing a bug or putting someone's cigarette out. There you go. Rotate the heel. Rotate the heel. You got it. Good. Now we're going to put both those punches together. We're going to give them their first combination, the 1-2. I want everybody to throw a 1-2, a jab and a cross combo. Let's see it. Throw the 1-2. Very nice, Mike. Good pop. Way to stay centered. Keep your balance. Good, Mitch. Good. Throw that 1-2. Rapid retract. Bring that hand back after you throw the cross. Turn your hip back in place. Notice how I'm paying attention to the whole group. I'm giving everybody a little bit of my time and attention to make sure they feel like they're being personally trained. All right, you guys, we're gonna throw that 1-2, 1-2 combo. Step left, step right, throw right. The last combination we're working on today. 1-2, 1-2. Let me see you parade those feet and throw the punches at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent, Mike. Left hand is coordinated with the left foot. Right hand is coordinated with the right foot. Making sure those hands come back to the chin like you're talking on the phone. Good. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent, excellent. We've got it. We've got it. All right, friends, I want y'all to come out to the floor now. Let's show some of those complementary exercises that we can do. No rest period. We're gonna get right into a burpee variation. I want you guys to go into a burpee on the gloves. Come up, hop at the top. Let's go. Let me see it. Excellent. Make sure you're breathing. If you want to add that difficulty, get a knee tuck at the top. Perfect, perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stay down in that push-up position. Mountain climber variation. Apart, together, in, out. Apart, together, in, and out. Good, keep working. We're keeping the intensity high. We're keeping the heart rate pumping. Burning fat, burning calories. Good, on your feet, friends, on your feet. Let's do split jacks now. Scissor the arms and the legs. Good, continue to breathe. You should be feeling this by now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Multi-directional jumping jack. We're going middle, left leg in front, middle, right leg in front, and repeat. You guys, you can do that all day because you're in shape. Hope you enjoyed what you learned today, you guys. This is how you do fundamental boxing for small group fitness. Apply it to your training program. Get your clients in the best shape of their life. They're gonna love it. Chad Yarvitz.